The new Apex Legends Winter Express mode is incredible for farming XP, both for your standard levels, the one that now goes to 500, and for your Battle Pass experience. I was able to get up to 80,000 Battle Pass XP per game and about 11,000 standard level experience. This event will be live for a few weeks, so let me give you some tips on how you can get the most experience before it's gone, and also some general tips on the Winter Express mode itself, how to win and how to play better. So first things first, let's look at general tips to stay alive, win and get more kills. The more kills we get, the more XP we are going to be rewarded. So firstly, even though the game is all about capturing the train, the majority of the game you should actually be spending off of the train. If you get on the train, you're going to be the main target. You'll have arc stars, nades, gas traps, all sorts thrown at you. So instead, stay off of the train and land on spots that are out of the way. The number one rule when landing though is to land before anybody else. You don't have the biggest play area, and if you land last, you're potentially going to get shot by somebody else before you can even pull your weapon out. You now have a little time during the first round to pick off kills from long range. So for loadouts, I personally find it's best to take a sniper. I like the Scout NR99 loadout. At the moment it's on Bangalore, but tomorrow this loadout will go to another legend. Essentially each day they cycle through each legend that gets each loadout. Once the train unlocks, you want to get closer to it so you can contest the train in case somebody gets on it, but right now your focus should still be to hunt down kills. If you aren't lucky enough to win the round, you can reset and try these tactics again until you can win. However, if you do win, then you can set back up. Instead of sitting on the train, use one of the redeploys and land near the area the players will spawn. Now you can set up and wait for them to land and push more kills. The more kills you get, the more XP you'll get, so it's important you focus kills above all else. I'll explain more about this in detail in a minute. Eventually, you'll get the hang of each station and learn the good spots to land and not so good spots to land, so you can essentially rinse and repeat. The trick is to stay out of the way so you don't get all of the tension on you. So for this first one here, where the train goes through the mountain, I actually think this is one of the few ones where it makes sense to land on the train if it starts here, because everybody goes all around the mountain and there's not really much cover. So this is one of the few examples or few exceptions where yes, it makes sense to land on the train instead, because the train is the best piece of cover, and everything else, all of the players will come down from the hills as the countdown starts. So all you need to do is be on the train and be on the lookout for players coming down. Now on the next place here, I feel like if you land right on top of the roof, it's fine. You just want to be the absolute first person to land here so you can get your weapon out and shoot anybody that lands after you. That's the best thing I found to do. And then after that, you can jump down into the bottom area and sit around and wait for people to get on the train. And then you can push them with an R99, but you want to make sure that there aren't any other players nearby, essentially. This one over here, there's a good building, there's plenty of cover, so all you really need to do is land as quick as you can and just play around the cover and be patient and not push on the train until somebody else does. I feel like that's the best way. Once the other two teams are fighting, then you can go in and clean people up. Now the one in Capital City, there is a building you can land on top of, and it was good for like the first few hours, but now everybody is doing it and it's not so great anymore. So instead I kind of land down below underneath the train station and kind of wait for people to push on top, and then I go into the upper levels and fight into the train itself. Now once you have got the basics of the game mode down, you can start to game the system to get even more experience. The trick here is to hunt down kills against the champion squad. In the normal standard version of Apex Legends, you have the chance to kill the champion squad just one time, and the game can last 20 minutes. However, you can kill the champion squad multiple times in this game mode, in fact up to 7 times if you play out enough rounds. Each of those kills will give you 1,000 base experience. So if you had the perfect game, you could get 21,000 base experience from a single game before all of the survival time, damage and basic kill bonuses. So what I like to do is if I see the champion squad, I pay attention to the legends they are playing and the skins they have, because players rarely change legends, and then I hunt down those 3 legends and try to get as many kills on them as possible. If I end up with 2 wins on the train, I can keep killing them but let other teams win so that I can farm more kills and experience. In the end, it's up to you to decide if you want to win or lose. If you win, you get double experience for survival time in this mode, but normally that boost is only going to get you about the equivalent to 3 or 4 champion squad kills anyway. So the trick is to get tons of kills against champion squad, but actually lose the game, then jump back in and repeat the process. This will be a lot easier if you are playing with friends, because if you don't, then sometimes randoms will be the previous champion squad and you'll lose the potential to get the champion squad kill bonuses. Even if you don't win the game, you'll still be making progress on the train capture badges too. In a single game, if you win, you can get 3 train captures, but if you lose with 2 points, you still get 2, so it's not such a bad loss when you can gain so much experience. And with all of the new experience, you'll be able to unlock more packs and maybe get lucky enough to grind more crafting materials to buy some of the legend skins before the event is over. And of course, you have a chance to get a higher level than anybody else, which is always pretty great. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are low down in the battle pass levels at the moment and you want a way to grind, this is the absolute best way to do it. Or if you want to grind from the level 100 to 500, this is also the best way to do it. So definitely go in there, learn how to grind this mission out, get tons of XP, and you will be swimming in new levels. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio!